You are now listening to Feeding Off Each Other.
Proof that we know chicks.
Yeah, I guess I'm one of
We
those.
know chick.
We know chick.
You know one. Yes. I'm actually paid to be here. They don't know me.
Don't
So
tell
much
them.
money. So
much money.
What'd you get up to this week? You had a busy week. You just squeezed us in. Thank God it's Friday. TGIF, y'all.
Huge week. No, I've been just chilling, getting ready for Christmas and whatever. The shoots are slow because it's December and, not much going on there because I do mountain bike stuff and real estate stuff. So yeah, real estate is slow and real estate is extra slow in December. So I'm chilling.
When do people buy homes?
Spring and fall-ish.
Why don't people buy homes in winter though? Just at least here. Is it because it's raining and they don't want to move their stuff from house to the truck? And
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Seems
I think,
smart.
I don't know. No one's ever actually explained it to me, but I always just kind of think no one wants to either move during Christmas or they don't want to photograph their house when it's all ugly and the garden's crap and the lawn is gone. And I don't know. That's my take on it. I have no
that's
idea
my
whether or
take.
not
and it's just a
that's actually
Vancouver
the case.
thing. Because what about in like Phoenix? Are they just buying homes all the time?
I think so.
Is it?
Yeah.
Probably. I think it's just has to be a Vancouver thing.
Yeah, if you're going
But,
to look at a place and it's got like any greenery, it's all going to be dead right now.
Yeah.
It's not going to.
It looks awful.
Yeah,
like,
it's not gonna
you walk
sell.
by houses that are actually really nice and they have a good landscape and everything. Like normally you look at it now and you're like, oof, that kind of sucks.
Hey, whoa. What about the Christmas lights? I rode by a few houses that look pretty nice.
Well, then you're limiting yourself to night shoots and I don't know.
You're telling me nighttime photos don't sell homes?
Oh, they do. They do for sure.
Hey, Matt,
just not
can
all
you,
the time.
can you tell me that joke
What?
you were telling me earlier?
Oh,
Can you tell it to me?
Tell me this is the continuing AI bit from last
What?
pod.
No. Okay, just okay. The floor is
Two
yours.
Jewish men were sitting in a Mexican restaurant and asked the waiter, "Are there any Mexican Jews?" And the waiter said, "I don't know. I'll ask the cooks." He returned from the kitchen in a few minutes and said, "No, sir, no Mexican Jews. All we have is orange Jews, prune Jews, tomato Jews, and grape Jews." And that is a joke that me, Matthew Albanius Dennison, approves
Albanius?
of in all manners.
Whoa.
I liked it better when you did the Chinese Jews.
Sound insane.
When you told this to me last week that you did the Chinese Jews, and that was far more hilarious. I
Yeah,
thought.
but it almost seemed more offensive.
I'll take credit. That was a funny
Not
one.
to be racist or anything.
Jeez,
So-
two pods in a row, man.
Oh my
So
God.
when I Googled the joke to see if there was just like a written version I could use, it was a Mexican restaurant. So I
Okay.
just went with the sort of.
So when you're doing this, are you speaking and it's changing your
No,
voice,
I
or
type
you're
it
just
in.
typing in and then just
Yeah.
using your like stock voice over time, or what?
Yeah. Well, and then
Yeah, I
Matt-
sell my voice on stock websites.
Yeah,
Just
like
5-second samples.
Matt
Great.
Morgan Freeman.
you also have like an interesting opinion on things
Oh.
these days. Like,
Jesus.
Personally, I think COVID was good, and again, this is Matty D coming in hot with that sick opinion.
What?
I've only ever known you to introduce yourself as Matty D. too.
Always.
wait, and
Loves
Jason
COVID.
had
No.
some thoughts about stuff.
I thought it was. You know who has the dopest opinions? Kanye mother flippin' West. I agree with everything he says. That dude just knows what's up. And if you don't like it, you can suck my fat white ass. And that's a Jason Lucas promise.
Oh my
The
God.
way he
it's-
says promise blew my mind.
that is that.
Promise.
That's the best one I've heard. It's got his breaths and stuff where like sometimes he doesn't know what he's gonna say. So then he starts talking like this really quickly. It's like got the mannerisms and everything.
I don't do that at all.
Holy. So
Oh my God.
Fire, bro.
we were saying that the podcast is the perfect opportunity to get that little sample of what we need to make AI. You're next.
Great. You're next.
Prepare to be
Great for my
canceled.
reputation. Yeah. Okay, I gotta go.
Yeah, we have enough. It's okay.
All right, guys. Matty D wants to introduce the podcast. Is it okay if Matty D introduces the podcast?
Yeah.
Welcome back to Feeding Off Each Other, the weekly podcast where we feed off the talent, humor, knowledge, and awesome stories of our guests and each other. You finished that file transfer? What was that? Your next AI?
I was dropping the files I've used into a different folder.
Always stay fresh.
I'm joined as always by David Wiggins.
Yep.
And Juicy J, Jason Lucas.
Mm.
My fat white ass.
This is dangerous, but I love it. Entertaining. Please don't stop.
It's funny that you mentioned Jason Juicy Lucas.
God. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper, and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, Rap Attack, Mr. Magic, Marley Marl.
All right, that's enough of that.
I don't even know those.
That's the song
That was-
Juicy by Notorious B.I.G.
Wow, you whipped that up pretty quick.
He's like, no, I just knew all the lyrics and typed it all in.
I did like that one episode way back where you had different celebrities intro the podcast instead of me.
I could do that again.
That's a good one.
You did the Trump and Ryan Reynolds or something. That was fun.
And then we got really racist. Cancelable.
Should we use our own voices this one, or
Yeah, I
should we
think so.
just continue to lean into the AI?
No, we can use our own voice.
All right. Well,
It's
let's.
just gonna AI this whole podcast. We're just gonna sit there like,
Yeah, exactly.
They can move our mouse now. It can write for us.
yeah, it's great.
Well, let's open the door. Let's open the door to our guest, Jason.
No, I'm not the guest. But yes, we have.
You are the second intro guy.
Yes, we have an intro here, which I'll read right now. No, I'm like really in my head.
Welcome to my world.
Today's guest is a professional filmmaker and photographer from right here in North Vancouver.
He's doing the thing.
Doing the
You
thing.
can't not know.
Can't do
Breathing.
it. Since cutting her teeth and starting a career in architectural photography, she has branched out into the world of mountain biking and has quickly found success shooting events like Red Bull Formation, Red Bull Rampage, and winning this year's major mountain bike film festival, Dirt Diaries. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Kelsey Toevs. Yay! Mexican hat dance.
Jason hasn't taken a breath in 30 seconds.
He's like Busta Rhymes about to do a really long line where he goes, "Dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba."
God.
Yeah. Oh man.
Welcome.
We got Hagen.
Well, thanks. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Sorry, we're a tough bunch.
Yeah, this is,
This is a
really
lot
hard
going on.
really hard to keep up with y'all.
For a mountain bike podcast, you beat your husband on the Feeding Off Each Other podcast.
Didn't go unnoticed in my household.
Is that domestic?
He's like, what the hell? Just kidding. But no, not kidding at all.
Actually, so we were on another podcast. This is now your second podcast.
And I'm a vet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Long-time
I know what I'm
podcaster.
doing. Huge podcaster.
And I noticed that Steve did the podcast after you.
Yeah.
You guys did. So like, was that same day too?
No, different day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know what that might have been a couple days later. I think. I know.
Because
yeah.
I know that we were doing that podcast outside and you were cold and sitting by the fire
I
post ride. And
know,
I
I
wondered
know.
if then he was like, all right, let's do the podcast with Steve. And he was
I
just
know.
freezing in the corner. Hurry this up.
I know,
Podcasts
oh
are
my
5 minutes, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're super, super short. Yeah, no, that was a good one. But I was just like I said, I was like, my first one, I was nervous. I'm like kind of shaky. And then I'm also cold. So then I'm just like, ugh. And I said halfway through, I'm like, you guys, it's fine. He's treating me good. Like I have a hot coffee and there's a fire here. Like I'm not freezing my ass off, but I was freezing my ass off.
Good acting.
But it was good.
We can
I
set a
know.
fire anywhere in here if you like. If that would make you feel more comfortable.
Oh, that's good. I'm surprised you said good acting from the last time I saw you guys was on a shoot that I was
yes.
an extra on.
Yes.
and
Right.
It was,
Background actor. We don't want to be demeaning. Or
Oh
anything
yeah, there
like
we
that.
go.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go. And that was a struggle. That was like my first time ever doing any sort of acting stuff. And I'm like, I think you guys were like, okay, roll your eyes.
Oh,
it was
right,
like the
yeah.
first time that I had ever tried.
Oh, and we
This
didn't
is
even use it.
And you got caught.
Yeah.
You got caught.
I never ended up seeing the video anyways.
Wait, what?
But no,
You never saw that video?
I was wondering whether it even like came out
Oh
because
my
my
God.
acting was so bad.
Well, let's watch it in full right now.
Oh my God. But
Yeah.
that was like, yeah, it's like do a facial expression. I'm like, I don't think I've ever rolled my eyes in my life. How do I do this?
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
totally
it was-
forgot about
And
that scene.
I do remember
I'm
giving
glad
a
you
note.
forgot about it.
I remember saying,
I think you gave me like 5 notes.
Yeah, a lot of notes. Well, sometimes like when you're on set and you get and it's like, it seems too easy, you know? You're like, okay, I got it. It seemed good, but like, let's do
No.
it again. And
Oh
you just
my
keep
God.
doing it, right?
Yeah. No,
but
it was so bad.
I remember saying to you, like, exaggerate. Like, if it feels like you're nailing it, you're probably looking like 10% of what you think your facial expression is actually doing. So, like, go 200%, and then you'll be at 100%.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, it was horrible. I could not make a facial expression to save my life. I'm like, they're not going to end up using this.
You nailed it, though. It was totally fine. And you didn't get cut because of you. You got cut because corporate didn't want us to. They wanted us to make fun of the bikes. But then, classic, we've been here in a few times.
Yeah.
They got cold feet once we actually did it.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So we cut out about a minute of the video
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
with like a whole character. Do you remember the big Jack guy that was there?
Yeah.
He-
Wait, we should say what the video is.
Oh,
yeah,
my
so
best
people can go
friend
watch
on
it.
the trail. It's
Yeah,
called.
the Trek
Trek.
Fuel EXE ad.
Cool.
Yes, gotcha.
So yeah, we had the whole character,
Yeah.
bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And
Bodybuilder
he-
was representing the rail,
He got snipped.
and we were
Oh,
trying to draw the comparison between the high-powered rail and the perfect in between low-power e-bike.
Yes.
Yes,
It was a funny concept.
you should watch full video.
I'm gonna now.
Even
Yeah.
better.
And I can't wait to see it. But that makes me feel better now that the concept got cut, not just me.
Yeah.
You're still probably in soft focus
Yeah.
in the background.
Oh,
of
In
a-
beautiful
super.
panamorphic,
bokeh.
panamorphic.
Nice. A nice soft lighting. Everything's just glazed over.
Not only
Glad to
were you
hear
a
it.
background actor, but you were kind of like a assistant for the day. You were holding it down.
Oh, I
up
was
the hill a
I was the
little
jacket gal. Yeah.
bit.
I was throwing the jacket on the actor and holding an umbrella, and yeah, it was good times. Hey, I'm not above it. I love helping out on shit on sets.
You can swear.
Shit sets.
shit sets.
I was gonna say shows and then sets at the same time, but shets.
I actually,
great.
I'm just remembering now. When you impressed me, when I was like, all right, she's with it, was when you on your own set up the tarp to cover our camera gear, and I looked and the setup was perfect. The ropes were all tied, the knots were beautiful. I was like, she's awesome.
I was proud of that freaking tarp. That was if that kind of excellence could have come out on many of my camping trips that didn't, I would have been stoked. But no, it came out when it really mattered. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I got he was impressed.
The jacket thing, really underrated role.
Yes.
And like even on big
Dude, I
movie
was
sets,
stressed.
funny, actually, we went to listeners of the pod. I've now talked about this so many times. The Maynard's liquidation sale. Have you heard of this thing?
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
but
it's like the TV shows. They go to business.
Oh,
Or
yes.
they cancel their series or whatever, and then they sell off all their clothing and whatnot.
Yeah.
We bought a jacket, I think. Brooke bought a fur jacket for Burning Man, and she had like a fork in there from that an actor must have had from Crafty, and like a hand warmer.
Oh
You
my
could
God.
just, it felt like you were on set.
like you were really there.
But did we explain what the jacket thing is?
Yeah, no, I didn't. Go ahead.
So basically, if you're on set, you're often filming in conditions that are not consistent with what the film is trying to portray. So it's like supposed to be a warm day, and so people are in t-shirt and shorts, and you have someone on standby with a jacket to put it on
Swoop
them.
in there.
It's huge, though.
Absolutely.
Like,
It
you need
is. Yeah. Oh my God. 'Cause
People's lips
otherwise
start to
they're-
go blue.
Otherwise,
you know?
they're just standing out there
Oh,
in
yeah.
a t-shirt in December and just like, yeah.
And sometimes
Nothing.
I'm the guy who does it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the actors sometimes will be like, oh my God, you shouldn't have. Like, I'm like, no, seriously. Because if you keep this up and don't wear that jacket, you're going to be crashing soon.
Oh my
So
God,
try to
yeah.
keep them comfortable.
And you always think the takes are going to be quicker between each take. So you're kind of like, oh, should we even bother with this? And
Yeah.
then it
Always-
ends up being a couple minutes, like 5
Totally.
minutes
Yeah.
between
Someone's like,
takes.
oh, battery that's dead. Hold
Yeah.
on, I got to do a battery swap or whatever.
I know.
You gotta
Yeah,
go for
there were
the
a couple of
jacket.
times where I was just like, oh, okay, judgment call. I don't think he's gonna need it. And then there's Matt like, Kelsey, that jacket. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I gotta be better at this. But no, it was a good time. It was a good time. I had a great day.
And then a few months later, we see your film at Dirt Diaries, and you freaking won it. And
Yeah.
that was awesome.
I
And you
know,
had
that
the
was
whole
good.
like experience of not thinking you're gonna win it, and then
Dude, that was crazy. Yeah.
I just watched on your Instagram highlights. It looked like your friend was secretly
Oh my
filming.
God, my friend. Yeah, Dinah. Oh my God, she was a legend. She was sitting in front of me, and it just kind of thought to her like, you know what, maybe I'll record this just in case. And if she loses, I'll delete it.
Yeah,
And
what
then
if you lost?
Yeah,
What if
she
you,
was like,
like,
I'll just like, I didn't know that she was filming. So she was like, whatever, she'll never know. And I'll just delete it and then we can go cry later. But yeah, it turns out we won. And I'm so, so thankful for that video because it actually just captures our true emotions. And like me so excited, and then Steve so excited, and just like my parents were there and all my friends were there. It was like, yeah, if I didn't have that video, then I'd be like, oh, that was such a good night. I wish I could have watched it or whatever. But now we have it all on video, so it was cool. But yeah, we did not think we were going to win that one.
How did you enjoy getting to listen to your work on the big speakers?
That was cool. Yeah, that was like our biggest thing. It was the first video that we actually got proper sound done.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we were really stoked on that. And then we actually just got to watch it again in the VIMF show down at the Rio Theater. So that was cool to actually
on the
be
bike
like,
night?
Yeah.
Is that on the
Canadian bike
Sunday?
night. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the thing you hosted last time?
No, that was Jesus.
What was that?
That was
I don't know.
thing.
Seriously made an impact on us.
That was IF3.
IF3.
There you go.
There we
She
go.
remembers. She was there.
Kelsey was
I
there.
remember Steve. He
Oh my God, poor
freaking
Steve.
shotgunned a beer. Yeah.
Or attempted to anyway.
Yeah, he
yeah.
attempted
Yeah.
to.
What a mess.
Oh God, yes. He has his own explanation for that.
Yeah, Steve had a fun night.
God, that was
We
so
all
funny.
did. That was like the first night out after COVID was like, all right, we're going out. You know?
And there was like no one there.
there was no one. There was.
We brought all of our friends.
They were
Yeah,
all.
thank you
We
for that.
filled up the entire theater with our friends.
Everybody was at the after party though. It was packed.
Oh, yeah,
Packed
we-
after party.
It was a packed after party.
Yeah, but anyways, that was
But
cool.
yeah, that was our first time hosting it with the earpiece and stuff. And like Jason, we get in the back and we're given a script, and it was like 15 minutes later. All right, go on stage now. Oh, by the
my
way, it's like live streamed in Quebec or something. Good luck.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would have died.
And then yeah, there's like 3 people in the audience, but you know,
That was good.
whatever.
A
Kelsey,
soft
Steve, and their
launch.
friends. Yeah, it was a soft
A soft
launch.
launch for your hosting careers. Your presenting
First and
careers.
last, I guess.
I was very entertained in the audience.
Oh, yeah, Dave was there.
I was
Yeah, I
entertained.
was there.
Were you?
I came up on stage, remember?
No.
I don't remember anything.
I remember it all.
Because we played New Bike Day.
Oh, yeah.
And so we all went
Yeah.
up and did the little intro. And
Right.
I was like, I do not like being on this stage right now.
Yeah. no,
I
it
did
was-
not like being on that stage. I was like, I had my paper there because I'm like, I don't do well with public speaking whatsoever. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna write out.
Wait, don't nobody tell her what this is.
Yeah,
Nobody tell
yeah.
her what she's on
Yeah, I
right
know.
now.
Be cool, be cool.
It's okay. I can't see the audience. We're fine. For all I know, I'm just talking to you guys.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. No, I had my piece of paper, like reading off the paper, and the paper's like this. I'm like, I hope that no one can see me shake.
Well, that's funny because I was actually thinking like 15 minutes ago, oh, she seems pretty confident here. Some people come in here and they're literally shaking.
Oh, yeah.
And they're people that you wouldn't expect would be nervous.
Oh,
Had
yeah.
some nervous Nellies.
I'm a good actor.
Mhm.
Shouldn't have
There
put
you
me
go.
as background.
Quick, roll your eyes. Wait, well, Jason,
can't.
Jason, you were telling me
Oh.
something
Oh,
recently that I thought
God.
was really interesting.
Hey, Matt Dennison, do you want to have a sexy little cuddle puddle tonight like we did last week? But shh, don't tell our fiancés. They'll be way too jealous, lol. Love you, babe.
Love you, babe. That's to me, right?
You guys are so cute.
Should I leave or?
Yeah, probably.
You hold the camera.
Dear God.
Okay, I don't know where to go from here now.
So, Kelsey, what have you been up
haven't
to
had-
lately?
So, film any cuddle puddles recently? Or? Actually, that's my secret job. That's what I call architectural photography.
Yeah. Real estate.
Like real estate, yeah.
Real estate.
Real
With
estate.
clients.
Good client relations.
But yeah, what have you been up to? What's going on?
Yeah, for work-wise and whatever, we're just working on stuff for next year. We're just like lining up things. Steve and I'll do a video, like once again, just the two of us. Just doing, hopefully Steve can find a feature that he can build and ride some cool stuff. We're going to try and do some traveling and get down to Utah and go up to Williams Lake and a couple other locations. And then we're actually going to do sort of like a little docu-style video along with it. So someone's going to come and follow us and film sort of like how we put together an edit, and like him and I working together, and, Steve's dad, does all of his bike mechanic stuff, get him in there and get him out for a ride, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit more like in depth following us on the day to day. So that'll be kind of cool to show everybody, because everyone, that's the big thing, like, how do you like working with your husband?
Yeah.
And, all that kind of stuff. It's our biggest thing. So everyone just kind of wants to see that. So I think it's probably going to be pretty good. And then show everybody what our usual how we film a video is. Just a lot of, hey, should we do that? Yeah, sure. Steve puts in like 1,000% of effort, and I'm like, okay, yeah, just tell me what you want shot, and I'll go shoot it.
You guys are a true power couple. And yeah, I mean, I want to even ask it. I know it's a frequently asked question of yours. Steve Vanderhoek, absolute nut job, crazy mountain biker, makes my butthole tighten when I watch his video parts. And then when I go and look at his stunts in person, Jesus, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's different. That's what people don't really understand is they see it and they're like, oh my God, that's so crazy. And it happens to me every time. I'll go see a feature that he's built. He's told me all about it and he sent me little pictures on his phone and videos. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Okay, that makes sense. And then I go and actually see it in person. I'm like, okay, that just does not make sense. Like, it just really doesn't make sense in my mind. It's wild what he's able to come up with.
How do you cope with it? He's a man of danger. He's fighting fires. He's jumping off cliffs, rope swings, jumping off rocks on his bicycle.
Yeah. I mean, we've been together for, 16 years now. So I'm used to it. And, starting off when we were in high school, I was the one doing it all with him. I mean, we started snowboarding and whatever. I didn't get into mountain biking. I still am not at his level with that. But I mean, yeah, we did all the adventure stuff together and we did cliff jumping and all that kind of stuff. So like, I just kind of followed alongside him with all of that. And then the mountain biking craziness, honestly, really only started like a handful of years ago. Like, yes, he did a bunch of crazy stuff back in the day, but then he kind of like went underground a little and he like took a little bit of a time off because he was getting hired at the fire hall and couldn't really do that kind of crazy stuff while he was trying to get hired. And then the first year's on, not a good look. So then once he was like comfortable and whatever, then he really like started cracking on doing all this crazy stuff. And it was cool because he has the skill set to do it from riding his whole life. But then he just took it up a notch and then just started doing all this crazy crap. And I don't know, to me, it's crazy, but he's such a good biker. So I'm not ever really like stressed about it.
Is there anybody in the family that like disagrees, like a mother or some grandparent or something that just doesn't get it?
No, I mean, sure, in like a little bit of a capacity. They're like, oh my God, my parents, my mom is always just like, Steven, when she sees him do stuff like this. But like, yeah, his mom knows that that's just what he likes to do and has a good time doing it. So why really say something? But yeah, they're generally worried for his well-being and, whatever. But I think it's better for his well-being to have that as an outlet to go do, as you try and keep him from doing it. And then that's worse on his mental health. So
do we hear the story of how you guys met? I don't know if you said that on the last podcast.
No. I mean, we met in high school. So actually,
take us back.
The real story. The real story is that my sister picked him out of the yearbook and told me to date him.
What?
Yeah.
What yearbook?
Yeah.
Your older sister?
My older
Sears
sister.
Catalog. You're like, I wanted that one.
Pretty much. Yeah. The Christmas catalog every year. You just circle the little numbers next to it. My sister and I were hanging out one night and she was just getting me to tell her who my friends were and whatever. And she's like, oh, is there any guys that you're dating or interested in? And I was like, no, not really. And then he's like a couple above my picture in the yearbook and she sees him and he's in this like black Volcom sweater with like a puka shell necklace
sick.
and
Frosted Tips?
no, I know. Yeah, I wasn't into the Frosted Tips.
Damn.
And anyway, she's like, yeah, this guy looks cool. And I'm like, oh, I think he's in my comp civ class. And she's like, you should talk to him next time that you're in class. Comparative civilization.
What?
No?
Is that like mathematics?
No, it's where they compare civilizations. you
Yeah.
dummy.
Oh, like social studies?
Oh, like social studies. Yeah.
What the hell is that? Where did you, what?
I don't
Is that
know.
a
We
PC
had
thing?
it.
What?
You guys didn't have that? Yeah,
Wait.
I went to school at Argyle.
We met.
What? No,
No, we
that
went
was
to
my
school in
life.
Richmond, so
I remember
different.
talk of Civ class, but I don't know if we had it at
Yeah,
our school.
Dave's a North Vancouver boy.
Windsor.
Oh, Windsor kid.
That's the reaction everyone gives me.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Tell us more.
I don't know.
He's a nerd.
Yeah.
You know what it
hot
is?
jock.
Snobby footballer.
Oh, snobby. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna
Correct.
throw it back in people's face because I feel like we had some lower income kids there, some tougher
Oh.
individuals, and I think there's some judgment there.
Oh, I wouldn't have
Oh,
said
like they
that.
only had like 5 cars at home instead of like
no,
10.
no. It was-
Meanwhile, at Burnett, where I went to school, we
Class
had
of
like
hard
Lamborghinis
knocks.
in the back and
Oh my God.
with N signs and L signs.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
so it's
really
the
have that
football
many.
snobbery.
I just say literally any other school than mine. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Definitely.
But anyway, so comp civ.
So she circled the picture, and then what?
And
How
then
did it play out?
Is it circle with a heart?
Hey, my sister circled your picture, and I'm assuming that's what.
Yeah,
That's what
girls'
it sounded
voices
like.
don't change, Matt. Really.
I wonder why
So
you
it's-
don't have many girlfriends.
People don't forget.
No, okay, so we're going right into the details.
Yep.
Okay, so there was, when you like get peer marked tests, like you're like hand your test to
Oh,
the next one
it's
over
the best,
and
yeah.
whatever. Yeah. So
Always
anyways,
fudge it.
did a test. I didn't study for it, and so I didn't know any of the answers. So instead of just like writing nothing, I just wrote like funny answers in for it all, and it ended up working out in my favor because anytime that there's an answer that like you don't know whether or not it's wrong or right, then they raise their hand. They're like, does this answer qualify as an answer? And then he reads it out. So anyway, Steve had my paper, so then he's reading out these like weird answers to these questions, and then all the class is laughing and whatever, and then I guess it had my name on it, but at the end of the class he handed it back and he was like, this is hilarious, and I'm like, oh yeah, thanks. And then I think we ended up like naturally getting paired to sit next to each other, or like our desks were close by, like after a rearrange, and then we just started chatting, and I think we ended up at a couple house parties and then just started snowboarding together, and the rest was history, with a whole bunch of other like drama in there as well.
Oh yeah.
Yes, high school drama and whatever. Yeah, but it was all good.
Man, the rearranging of desks. Oh man, makes
It
me
was
feel
big.
anxious.
I know, you never know what you're gonna get.
Was
In my
it-
case, I got a husband.
Was it an alphabetical pairing? Is that why?
I don't know. It could have been. Honestly, it was all kind of lost because it was like I had two of my best friends in the class, and I think probably what happened was that we got separated and we weren't allowed to sit together. And so then I ended up getting separated and sitting next to Steve. But then there was a whole slew of, there was this other girl that was sitting next to him. And then these two other girls were interested in him. And we ended up at a party, and I was like, I like this guy. I'm going to go and like talk to this guy, and we're going to start dating, or we're going to make out or something. And then he comes up the stairs and he's making out with another girl. And I'm like,
Ooh.
okay, then. So anyways, long story short, after lots of, hanging out, becoming friends, and
MSN Messenger.
MSN Messenger, yes. I
lot
ended
of
up
nudging.
stealing him from her. So, yeah,
Sick.
I know. That's how it all unraveled.
You took her off the hook,
Yeah.
All right, now
Vander
bring her
Hook.
in. We have her on the phone.
Hey, we're gonna settle it right
God,
now.
I was like, and here comes
Jerry.
No, I won't say her name, just in case.
Jen.
It's close.
Jan.
Jan.
It was Janet? No.
Jackson.
Joanna? No.
So you guys recently married this year?
Married last year.
Last
yeah,
year, okay.
Last year.
Honeymoon this year?
No.
Was that last year
honeymoon
too?
was last year too. So we got married in August of last year, honeymoon in October, in Hawaii, and then we just went back again. We tend to go to Maui every year, so.
Nice.
Very nice. Okay, so Jason and I, we have fiancés,
Oh, yes.
weddings down the road.
Yeah,
Who knows
yeah.
when? We need some tips.
Are they actually, the dates are not planned? Or the dates are not set?
Well, Brooke and I have a date, but I'm not going to say it publicly yet in case we change that. But
We had a date, and then we postponed it
April
to
20th,
COVID.
obviously.
Obviously.
There you go.
Mid-afternoon.
2069.
I was going to say 1969. Back in the future.
We got a ways.
Babe, we gotta wait.
This is so sick.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Yeah, how'd you do it? Did you go big? Did you go small, frugal? What was your strategy?
We just wanted a party.
And why wasn't I invited? Sorry.
We didn't know one another yet, so I'm sorry about that. Actually, I had you on the list. Steve uninvited you.
Damn it.
I know.
And that's why he's not on the podcast.
There we go. Yeah, no, we went, we did it in my parents' backyard. So we wanted it chill. We wanted a party. So we just tried, I didn't want the whole like venue. This is the time you have to show up, and this is your, you can do this and you can't do that. And you have to bring on all your rentals and decorations and all that kind of crap. I've been to a ton of weddings. I've been in a ton of weddings.
As a photographer, I'm guessing.
No, just as a bridesmaid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and just as a guest. I've actually only ever photographed 3 weddings, I think, and they're not my jam. I do not like them. No, so there's a reason why I stick to real estate and
Take that off the this or that.
biking. Oh yeah. Yeah. So we, just had it in my parents' backyard. It was not exactly what I was wanting because my parents did a complete house reno just before. And it was kind of like the kick because they wanted to reno their place. And so then I was like, okay, well, if I have the wedding in the backyard, maybe this will be the kick to actually like do the reno. But then because of COVID and everything, it postponed the reno like crazy. And so we actually only ended up getting water and electricity the day before our wedding. And the backyard landscaper was still doing tiling the morning of the wedding. So it was kind of like a venue in the sense that I had to bring everything in the night before and I couldn't set anything up until the morning of. So I was kind of a mess for the morning of, and
Bridezilla, I think they call it.
It was crazy. Yeah, no. I actually ended up yelling at somebody, which was super shocking for me. But it was because someone was like trying to like take things off my plate, and something happened with the table numbers. They were all rearranged where they weren't supposed to be. And they were like, and then I came in and I was like, okay, this is where this needs to be. And I'm looking at the thing because I'm the only one that knew where everything was supposed to be. And they were like, Kelsey, should you really be doing this? I was like, if you tell me that I shouldn't be doing this, I'm going to kick you in the face. And then I was just like, leave me alone and let me do my tables. And then I did my tables and then everything all was fine. But it was, it was kind of it was a really good day, but it was crazy leading up to it.
What's the backyard? Is it spacious?
We had 70 people there or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so it was good. Yeah, I think I wanted to fill it up as much as we could because, we had a bunch of people that we wanted to be there. But it was a good spacious yard, like flat and easy access. So it was good. But we had like a tent rental come in just in case the rain happened because it was actually saying that it was supposed to rain.
Summer?
Yeah, August.
Classic North Vancouver.
Classic, yeah.
Jeez.
But I got one of those clear top ones and then I got lights all through it and it was really nice. But then, we had to rent tables and chairs and everything. But I wanted barbecue. I was like, I just wanted hot dogs, barbecue, or like burgers or whatever. Someone was going to man the barbecue.
Nice.
I was going to bring in picnic tables. Everyone can just kind of sit wherever they wanted to sit. But I got vetoed that. My sister was like, oh no, you have to sit down. You have to like force people to eat. And this is when dinner's going to be. Otherwise people get too drunk and whatever. And I'm like, ugh.
She pulled out a yearbook and was like, see, this is the meal.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh. She was like, this is the reason why you're doing this. Because of me. So yeah, it all ended up working out. It was
what did the food situation end up looking like?
It was good. Yeah, we just rented from
You rented food? Then you gave it back?
I rented food.
You only really ever rent food.
Yeah, we rented it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, also never fuck up on the podcast again because we will call it out.
Just go die now. You kill myself.
Yeah, you gotta have a thick skin in this room, I tell you.
Oh my God.
I've been saying that.
It's
Fuck
fine.
my life.
You read my mind. Okay, so we rented food and from just a catering company in North Van. So they brought it all in and it was just like a buffet food, like
Nice.
Appies and whatever. But it was really good food. I remember, I don't know, we had like chicken and beef and salmon or something like that. People just picked and choose from whatever they wanted and it was good.
Delish.
It was delish.
And how was the honeymoon? My parents, they eloped in Maui, and my brother, he was married in Maui as well.
I wanted to get married in Maui, to be honest. Yeah, I wanted to just go and do it all there. And I think it was like 2 months before we actually like went through with the wedding that I almost pulled the plug on everything and then just went and did it in Maui. And it was going to cost us the same amount. And we were going to have like 15 people there or something like that. But then we didn't know what it was going to be like because people were still canceling things because of COVID then. Because it like resurged in the spring. So yeah, it was kind of, I don't know. We were just kind of like, yeah, well, we could book it all in Hawaii and then have that be canceled and then be stuck with nothing, or we just pull through with the backyard and see how it goes. So we did that.
With the backyard party, did the cops come?
Yeah, I was wondering, you didn't
No,
noise complaints
we
or
didn't
what?
get the
Okay.
No, the cops didn't come, but one angry neighbor came up from like down below, and she was like in a fury in her pajamas, and she came up and she was like, I don't know, it was like 11 o'clock. And to be honest, like she had full right to be there because the DJ that we got, he was pulling a full pull. Like he had speakers everywhere. It was up to 12. It was so good. Like
Sick.
it was a proper party and a proper DJ. And but it was loud. So
Yeah.
she came up with a vengeance. But my sister came in clutch because she actually ended up knowing her. And so she like saw her coming in this rage and she was like, oh shit. And then she came and like intervened and she was like, oh my God, Susan. And I don't know. And she was like,
Kill her with kindness.
oh, Lindsay. Yeah. And she was like, oh my God, isn't this great? And she was like, yeah, it's a little loud. She said, I know. Yeah, we're going to turn it down soon. We're so sorry. And ended up mediating the situation. And then she left and no cops. And we ended up going until, I don't know, 1 or something. But I said to the DJ, I was like, okay, every song that comes on now, like just go down a notch every time. So it's not like a blatant, okay, yeah, now we're going to lower the music. But it ended up working out.
Where Brooke and I live, there's a lot of elderly people around. And in our first few months of living there, we thought like, maybe we gotta keep it on the down low, not be too rowdy. And then one night we're on our patio having dinner and we hear from the people above, they're playing cards or something. And they're just having the best time laughing and just a great time.
Yeah.
And we're like, this is awesome. I guess, hey, maybe this is a fun place to live. And then seconds later, we hear from across the way some woman shriek, shut up! And it was like the best timing ever. Yeah, something like that.
But
Exactly
old people
like
are deaf, so like it should cancel out.
It should really
Yeah,
cancel out.
no, we were lucky with that. I was really expecting a noise complaint for sure, but we made it out alive. It was
So
good.
no cops. Did any cops show up at the bachelorette party?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You nailed that word.
Bachelorette
Was that
party.
AI or was that?
Yeah, that was the
Don't do the voice.
No, we did the bachelorette at my cabin up on the Sunshine Coast.
Oh, so no sexy cops there.
No sexy cops. No, but we did have a
the hired ones though.
That's what I meant. That was the joke all along, guys. I freaking nailed it.
Crushed it.
Glad we're
What's the
here.
joke?
Oh
to
God,
see ya.
no! We did have a naked poster of Steve though. Yeah.
me?
Oh,
Yeah. So I'll send it to
show
you.
it
Was
later.
this AI or?
No, I should bring it in here and put it in here.
Yeah, we got room.
Was not AI.
what? This is like a firefighter's calendar type
No,
of thing?
no.
Oh, that's hot.
He went down to the he was doing a shoot for NF at the factory because they have a little studio. And so I think it was one of my friends who was like, oh yeah, we're going to pin the tattoo on Steve or something. And then, so she was like, yeah, if you can just be like shirtless or something like that. And Steve's like, I got this. And so he was at the studio at NF and he's like, okay, I got one request because, you know, he's tight with the owner there. And so he was like, okay, yeah, this is going to get weird, but we need this done. And so he just took off all his clothes and then put a sombrero in front of the goods.
Boo.
And then, I know.
We want to.
My sister and his sister was at the Bachelorette. So not so much a boo. But anyway, so yeah, there was just this life-size poster of just like naked Steve with a sombrero and it hung up in the cabin and it was, it was a sight to see. It was the creepiest because his eyes would follow you throughout the cabin.
He's like the Mona Lisa.
It really was, yeah. No, the best part was that in one of the there was one of the bedrooms that was right like on the other side of the living room from it, and two of the girls were sleeping in bunk beds, and they were like, the worst part is that we woke up in the middle of the night, we looked out of the door, and all we could see was Steve staring at us naked. Like, yeah.
I can only dream of something like
Welcome
Yeah.
to my life.
Sounds like a.
Now, are
Good
these
dream.
prints available on your website or?
Yeah. $39.95.
Okay.
Oh, that's reasonable.
Is there
No,
a
it's not
price,
bad.
Can you
price
put-
Hey,
break?
I
that-
want everyone to have one.
Can you put it onto like a body pillow hypothetically?
I could do that.
Sick.
That would be
Yes.
nice.
Steve got me a pillow that is like make of my cat. It's like a life size make of my cat. So I could get that done.
Oh, nice.
And what does the cat think of this?
She hates it.
Yeah, I bet.
She hates it. I mean, it didn't really, when you come at a cat with a pillow that looks like her and you're like sneaking it behind the couch and popping it around the corners, then yeah, she's not going to like it. But
Cats don't like anything though.
she's all right with it now, you know, because I forced her.
So going back to the backyard theme, I wanted to ask a question about this, and I'm hoping I'm not doxing you here, but the Lucky Bar.
Oh yeah, Lucky
I've
Bar.
heard some
yeah.
things about this Lucky Bar.
Yes.
I don't know how much you can kind of reveal here, but I like the sounds of this.
What's it about?
Yeah, what's it about? Where?
Oh my God. Yeah, no, that's actually a good story. So we live in a townhouse that it backs onto the lane. So every time that we have people over, instead of having them up onto the deck, we would just have beers in the lane and whatever. And Steve would work on his bikes and everyone just kind of cruises by our place. So then, and Steve only drank Lucky beer because it just made him feel good. You know,
Is he from the island or what? This is the
no, he's
island beer.
not. Yeah, I don't know. He just started drinking it one of his buddies is from the island, and I guess he was drinking it over there with him or whatever. And he noticed that it was the one beer that just didn't make him feel like crap the next day. So then he was like, okay, I've found my drink
beer.
of choice.
And has an iron liver.
Yeah, not so much anymore. He's got so many dietary issues.
It's probably all that lucky beer.
Probably from that. Yeah. So he, so he was just like always had Lucky's there and whatever. And then one of the guys from the fire hall ended up starting a Google page for Lucky's Bar. It like kind of evolved into, we just called our garage Lucky's Bar and whatever. And then it turned into, this Google page for Lucky's Bar, which we didn't know that he did until, I don't know, a couple weeks later. And then finally it came out and he was like, yeah, no, we actually started a Google page for your bar. And we have like every time that someone went, they would leave a review. And so then we went on the Google page and there was just like, I don't know, probably like 100 reviews of our place, like all just hilarious and all 5-star and whatever. And it was so funny to read through all of them. But then it got to the point where it was linked to the guy's phone number and email address or something. And he was getting phone calls from randoms being like, are you open? Or like, what are the hours? Or what do you serve? Or this kind of looks like it's not really a place. Like, could you, elaborate on this? So then he took his phone number off and then, but we still had the PIN for it, I guess. Like it didn't have our actual address, but it had our PIN. And there was one time we were sitting all there. It was actually after I want to say it was like our engagement party or not an engagement party. Oh, we had a party for when our wedding was supposed to be, but because then we canceled it because of COVID. So then we were like, let's just do something for this day anyways. So we had like 25 people all in the lane. And this guy walks by with his dog and he's like, kind of looks at us and then walks past and then does a double back and walks back. And I don't know why he came up to me out of everybody, but comes up to me and he's like, hey, is this Lucky's Bar by chance? And I was like, oh my God. Yeah. I'm like, is this like one of our friends just pulling a joke or whatever? And he's like, no, I live a couple blocks away and I've seen this on Google Maps and I've zoomed in and I've seen that it's an address, but he's like, I don't know, it seems legit. Like it has a little bar thing. And so he's like, yeah, I just had to come check it out. And I was like, well, yeah, here's the party. And so we gave him some beer and he hung out for a while and whatever. And it was a great deal. But then a couple weeks later, some randoms showed up and they were actually like kind of pissed that we weren't open. So then we were like, okay, random people are showing up to our house. We have a lot of bikes in our garage. Like we don't want our place to get broken into. So maybe we should kind of shut this down. But yeah, we like screenshotted all the reviews of all of our friends leaving it and stuff. And yeah, it was a good time. And then people would stay over. So then it evolved into Lucky's beer retreat and wellness center and lodge, because it was like some people would come up and they were like weren't drinking, so then they're like, we have like bubblies for you or something like that. So we're a wellness center as well. And then someone stayed over one night and we're like, then we're a lodge. So Lucky's beer retreat and wellness center and lodge, that's what it was.
Wow, business is booming.
Yeah, it was good. But we haven't had Steve was off the beers for almost a year because he was trying to figure out some gut health stuff. So then, we just have not been thriving the way that we used to. So one day we will thrive again.
The Google reviews reminds me of, there was a guy in the beer league hockey league I'm in.
Yeah.
And it was a big story where he kicked a guy, like he tried to kick a guy in like the head or something.
On the ice.
Yeah. And he got, suspended, like kicked out of the league. Mm-hmm. But he's a real estate agent in Vancouver. And so his Google reviews got review bombed.
I think I heard about this.
It was a big story. It showed up on like TMZ and stuff.
Yeah, I think I heard about this.
His name is Brandon G. Moore.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
He broke the leg of my teammate, so I do not like this guy.
Oh my God.
Like
yes,
he's just a reckless player. He would always scream on the ice, like just
like Brandon G. Less, am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Gee, I think you should fuck off, Brandon. Anyways.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so the reviews, though, were so creative and funny where people would write what sounded like legitimate real estate reviews. They'd be like, Brandon showed me around to me and my wife around to a bunch of homes. The first few weren't quite right, but the third one was just exactly what we want. But the moment we went to sign the contract, he put on his skates and did a ninja kick towards our head.
Awesome.
It would bait you into this whole thing, and it would be like 2 stars. The service was pretty good, but the kicking I didn't care for.
And
there were like hundreds of these, and they got taken off the internet, and I was super upset about it.
That's so sad. I can't believe that you were actually on the team.
I wasn't on the team.
No, like,
but I did play against him. and he did
totally
break my teammate's leg.
No, I did hear about
So,
that. Yeah, that was a thing.
Not a fan.
No, not a fan at all.
No.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen. And I mean, my hockey league is pretty chill. It's, yeah.
But you guys both play hockey.
Whoa.
Dave, you have something in
you have
common
something
with
in common.
someone.
My
Wow.
God.
Let's talk about it.
Jason, you want to just go for a quick walk?
Yeah.
Or,
I'll
we'll just
tune
beat
out.
it for a bit?
Every episode is just like deep insider mountain bike knowledge, and I talk about like one thing I'm interested in for a minute. They're like, "Oh, we're so bored."
God forbid you have something in common.
Jason and I talk about a movie Matt's never seen. He's like, "Oh, let me talk."
Oh my God.
Jason Dave's movie corner.
It's like a 1 minute long ever.
Yeah.
They're running
But,
gags.
Oh, God.
What kind of, is it women's? Or
Yeah,
is it,
it's women's.
Nice.
Yeah, women's league.
holy
We're like
shit.
bottom div. Here we
Oh, yeah.
go.
we're pretty bottom div too.
This is where
we're
Jason's
good.
dangerous on the soundboard. They just derail
God.
that conversation real
You can
quick.
just interrupt it enough.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
I'm living Dave's life right now. This is good.
Wait, Jason, were you saying something about me?
David Wiggins is without a doubt the smartest and sexiest man I've ever met. I'd love to give him a big fat kiss on the mouth. And that's an opinion I, Jason Lucas, stand by.
God, sounds
Holy
just
shit.
like him.
Freaking amazing.
I would have just recorded that for you.
Yeah. I was like, I'm
didn't have
pretty
to
sure
AI
you just
that.
did something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, there's not really that much to talk about with hockey. It's just
Yeah, it's good times.
Are the
It
Canucks
is.
doing well this year?
yes and yeah, mostly yes.
Yes and yeah. I don't
They-
know. The first game I watched was last night.
There's been peaks and valleys. They started hot, and then they kind of dipped, and right now they're doing okay.
Mm.
They're
Did they win last night?
yeah, but they didn't play well.
Well, yeah, they had 0 shots on net, but their shot per succeed record was great.
Yeah, but that's
Whatever
not what
you
want.
call that.
That's not sustainable. You need more shots.
I know. Hey, whatever. If they're taking 1 shot and they're getting 1 goal, I'm all right with it.
If you had one shot, one opportunity.
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah.
So we took Dave for his second mountain bike ride last week.
Oh,
We took him up Seymour, put him on an e-bike,
Oh, yeah, we haven't
Yeah.
talked about this.
nearly killed the guy. He crashed.
It was a mild crash.
You're
Tell
alive.
us. Tell us.
fill
Tell us
in.
about the ride.
Yeah, so we went to Seymour. I was on the Fuel EXE e-bike, but as a person that doesn't climb hills, I was still so exhausted.
So you made him climb on the first or the
Oh,
second.
Yeah.
On an e-bike for sure.
Yeah.
It wasn't
No,
the
yeah.
full power
Right.
e-bike at least, right?
It's still an e-bike.
No, I know. It helps. Oh, if
Yeah.
it wasn't an e-bike, I just would have been like, all right, see you guys.
Yeah, I just wouldn't have gone.
But so I found part of the challenge was by the time we got to the top, I was so tired that it was really hard to do a skill I'm unfamiliar with.
Yeah,
That is
I feel
dangerous
that.
also.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, so I definitely had moments too where I found if I was like at an incline, I didn't want to start. But eventually I kind of got the motor memory kicking back in, and I did relatively longer sections without like stopping and walking.
What trail did you ride?
I have no idea.
John Deere.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
He's downplaying a bit. Honestly, I thought the no foot can over the boner log was sick. But
That's
I mean,
pretty good.
you know,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your crash.
Yeah, that was near the end.
Mm.
So fatigue was high.
Yeah, that sucks.
And I don't even really remember what happened. It was like I was about to get on a bridge and I don't know if I clipped something or whatever, and I just kind of fell on the side. It was
Blacked
pretty
out.
it was pretty mild.
Happens to the best of us.
I got a nice yellow bruise on the side of my body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got a fair few
Kelsey, have you taken people mountain biking for the first time?
of those.
Or
I
early
don't
days?
know. Yeah.
Whatever, like, newbies.
Not that I remember. No.
Because we were like talking about it, and like on the shore, we're like trying to figure out a lap
Yeah.
for Dave. We're like, where do we take him? Like, even John Deere is kind of spicy.
It is spicy. Yeah, just like bobsled would be where I would go.
Yeah,
For
and
like
we've
it's a
done
quick
that.
one. But I don't know. It doesn't really get you in it enough to like work past things.
A bit of an exaggeration, but I feel like it's almost like taking someone down a line for the first time, where they're like, it's smooth, so they're going too fast. Because I've done the,
Oh, yeah.
I've done the whole taking
Yeah,
the
you're right.
newbies down bobsled. I've had a couple people bail. One guy nearly break his neck.
Oh, I ate shit.
where they're just way too confident.
Yeah. That is
And-
true. I guess, yeah. John Deere kind of makes you go a bit slower.
But I'm never confident, so
Yeah.
I don't think I'd have that problem.
Yeah, I'm not so worried about you. It's true. But at the Whistler Bike
Yeah.
Park, like we would be like, easy does it, easy.
Mhm.
Let's do that trail. It's just like
Yeah.
smooth. It's just there's nothing really to it. There's no like jumps or anything. Why doesn't the North Shore have that kind of trail yet?
Tell me about it. I mean, yeah, no, I think I was just talking about this on the last podcast that I was on because we went and did.
Half Nelson.
Yes, thank you. My brain was going blank. And yeah, it's flow. It's fun. And I just want a trail like that on the North Shore. It doesn't exist. Because he said, he was like, yeah, let's go ride a trail, just like something fun, you know, get you in a good mood, and then we'll trailside chat.
Yeah.
And I was like, Kate, to be honest, like I haven't been on my bike in a year because I had a crash last year and just nothing made me want to get on my bike again this year. So I was like, Kate, I don't want to ride anything crazy. And normally my go-to trail would be Fifth Horseman, but I was like, I'm not touching that right
Well,
now.
that's not very mellow.
No, not mellow at all. And so I was like, yeah, I needed something mellow. So I'm like, let's just go to Half Nelson.
Great choice,
And I
though.
had a
Awesome
great-
trail.
It's such a good trail. Yeah, I know. And everyone's like, oh, Fifth Horseman's horrifying. Wait, are you talking about Fifth Horseman or Half
Fifth
Nelson?
Horseman.
Yeah, yeah. But it's just like, it's got everything on it. It's so fun. Everyone
the
thinks
Stairs
it's
of
like,
Death is
yeah,
it
but
called?
you go around those.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's I mean, to be honest, the roundabout is really hard as well.
Yeah, I
It
was gonna
actually
say
took
there's
me
no good way.
It took me a bunch of times to actually clean that without putting a foot down or
Dave, how you
falling,
feel?
so.
Right back to where you were? We went from hockey right back to Fifth Horseman.
This is fine.
I say that all the time to my friend. I'm fine.
I bring up your ride, Dave, because I was going to
Uh-huh.
say maybe you got to bring us Jason and I on the ice one time.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you gotta,
Oh,
no
also,
yeah.
shots.
Also,
No.
I was waiting for the podcast for this, but shout out to Matt's dad who stopped several times throughout the ride with me,
Aw.
made sure I was okay. And I think he would do a thing too where if there was something that was kind of gnarly coming up, he'd stop at the gnarly thing to make
Yeah.
sure that I didn't like barrel over it.
That's great.
But so I thought that was very nice.
That's how
I
you should be
appreciated
when taking
Alan.
out somebody on the first ride.
Yeah.
You don't know what their capabilities are. So clearly my capability isn't speaking. So yeah, you just got to make sure that you stop before and you're like, okay, this is a roll. If you can do it, great. Just wanted to make sure you can. Let's roll over this.
But I'm not even that good at skating, so I feel like it wouldn't even be that impressive.
Oh,
Now, let me just say, if I knew that my dad would take that role. Usually, my
Mhm.
dad's kind of like
He's a-
often these days. He's
like
the
a
one
dad.
that's all he's the one apologizing, like, oh, sorry, I'm holding you up or whatever. And we're like, no, don't worry about it. So I knew that you were probably apologizing to him. So he probably felt like, no, this is
Oh,
great.
this
I get
is
to
so
help
good.
you, right?
No, I was like,
But
keep
I-
up, old man.
Boom, no can to the face. But I was gonna say, if he wasn't there, we wouldn't be, I mean, yeah, we did kind of just like
No,
right away.
I figured
If
that
it was
was
just
the
us,
case.
we'd take care of you. We'd hold your hand,
I
wipe your
get it.
tears, all that.
But I was happy for you to not like have to be all held up by
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
that's
like
true.
I was happy
one
too.
of my least favorite things in the world is just being any sort of a burden. Like
same.
I'd rather inconvenience myself to great
Me too.
extents than bother other people
I have
most
a
of
good
the time.
story for this.
Hit it.
Yeah, I was on A-Line, and it was the only reason why I'm ever on A-Line is because I'm with the group and I don't want to get separated from the group, and because I can't jump well. Like I can do crank it up and whatever, and I can clear almost all of the jumps on there, but A-Line is not a comfortable place for me. So I'm very aware of everyone behind me. I don't want to screw up anyone's ride. I'm like, I know I shouldn't be here. I can go fast enough that I can like make it through and it's not a huge problem. But anyways, there's this person behind me and I heard that they were there and I just veered right off into the bush because I was like, I could just like kind of slow down and then have them pass me. But I was like, oh, well, there's another jump coming up and they're going to lose their speed if I slow down or whatever. So I was just like right into the bush and I was like, you can go past. And they were like, oh my God, they actually stopped and they were like, you really shouldn't danger yourself just so that someone can pass you. They're like, I was fine behind you. And I was like, I just really didn't want to fuck up your speed. And, you know, because sometimes you only get one lap on here. And oh my God.
Wow, very thoughtful.
So
Yeah,
Canadian.
but that is me. Yeah, I will injure myself just so that I don't piss off somebody else.
It's like how technically you're supposed to just drive through an animal instead of like swerving around it in certain
yeah.
scenarios.
Yeah, that's
you
not
just
me.
you'd swerve right into a ditch.
Oh, I swerve for squirrels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sounds like
that's a sticker.
bumper sticker.
Yeah, I've seen the
I
bumper
swerve for
sticker.
squirrels.
I swerve for squirrels.
Yeah.
I think that's squirrels.
I squirt for swirls.
Oh God.
Jason
Yeah.
was just telling a good A-line story.
It's not a great one.
Well-
It's actually a very similar the person, so if the person in this story had the thought process that you have, I would be much smarter right now.
Oh no! Oh no!
Where I was on a line behind someone who was rolling through, and I think I might have said rider or something. Like somebody would be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm coming up."
Yeah.
And they went to get out of the way, and they rode up a berm and to like stop on top of the berm.
Oh yeah.
And I guess while getting to the crest of the berm, they kind of just fell back.
Oh no!
Like into the trail, and I took off from a jump, and I was in the air. I was like, I'm gonna land on this person, and that's what I did. I like bike into body, landed on him,
God.
and from that impact, my handlebar snapped, and then I just like face planted into the ground.
Carbon
God.
handlebar.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Exactly. And full concussion, like
good.
winded. I was like on the ground in a pile, like, and the guy who I thought I just killed
Yeah.
just got up and like dusted himself off, and he's like, "Oh, sorry about that," and he rode away. And I was just on a line, like,
Oh my god! Oh,
so
sorry about
broken.
That.
And my buddy had to like drag me off the trail, and then I had
Oh my
to
god!
get checked out and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, it really sucked.
Oh my god!
What happened? Do you have any injuries?
I had a concussion and like
explains a
just
lot.
bruised ribs and stuff. Yeah.
Brutal. Yeah.
So-
Well, see, do it like I do. Just go into the bush.
There's
Yeah.
probably a happy medium somewhere.
No, definitely not.
Wait, how would you have avoided landing on the guy?
You can't. Well, once you're in the air, there's not
you're
much.
pretty pot committed.
You're pretty committed. Yeah.
You would have had to like eject
Yeah.
your bike.
Throw
but-
the bike in
With-
midair.
Yeah.
Yeah, which it was just
Yeah.
Terrible.
not a lot of time
Terrible.
to make a decision.
So you landed
So-
on him?
I landed literally. I could like feel my bike squish him.
Oh God! Thank God for the suspension. I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh my god.
So second bike ride
Yeah.
that you've mountain bike ride that
Mhm.
you've gone on. What are your thoughts on mountain biking?
Great question.
And don't say it's about what I expected. Can't say that.
Because that's what I said after the first time.
Yeah, and the second or the yes, many times.
Okay.
No, I haven't said it more than once.
Well,
True thoughts. True thoughts.
My true thoughts are that it's like I want to be better immediately,
Yeah.
and I also don't want to injure myself. So I'm like still apprehensive to make it like a consistent thing I would do.
Not
all
in
the
love
time.
with it. Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed it, and I get it. Like I understand the appeal.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I skied for many years of my
Yeah.
life, and I like it, and I don't love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's
I
a
feel
similar
that.
phenomenon for me.
yeah, like there's the journey of finding more trails, and eventually you'll find a trail where you're like, oh, that was perfect for me. I really like that one. And then you want to ride again, and then you get a little better.
It's that thing where it's like with certain TV shows where I'm not going to just sit down and watch The Bachelor or whatever the thing is, not because I'm too cool for it. I'm not above it. But like if I'm just like around a person that's getting really into a thing, I could imagine just sort of getting swept up in it. And like you have to put a certain amount of hours into any experience for it to like really pay out in the way that's really gonna be worth it. And it's just a matter of like hours in, enjoyment out, and that math equation.
True.
Sounds like you don't like mountain biking.
I mean, it's hard when we're riding.
It is
I'm like,
tough.
I'm not taking for granted how hard it is. Every little bump, every little thing is like, man. When I was a kid learning this thing, I had years of just frustration and just acting out and freaking out because I just was frustrated or crashing or something.
It's a major trust exercise the whole time. And like, I'm so used to my biking experiences like city, street, road bikes, whatever. And those are not forgiving for like rocks or even like going over curbs sometimes. So then you're just like on this bike that can do different things, but your brain doesn't know that yet. So I see some big rock and I'm like, I don't think that would go. But the whole time I had to just be like ignoring the part of my brain that was like, danger.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, okay, I suppose this will work. And then every time I'd be like, oh, and then now you're kind of like unlocking things in your brain that, you know, the bike will allow you to do.
Yeah.
So that was interesting, but there was still like moments where I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
Not my thing.
So when you're filming with Steve or another athlete, and danger is present, how do you feel? How do you feel about, you know, having to get one more in there?
Like, danger for them.
Yeah, because I'm actually pretty anxious with seeing people do gnarly stunts in front of me. Like, I actually prefer not to do it. Like,
Yeah.
seeing some of these edits, I'm like, I can't even. I put myself in the shoes of the filmmaker. Like, geez, that must have been
They had
terrifying.
to sit there and watch that. Yeah.
Let alone the writer.
Yeah, I freak out more when I'm filming somebody else other than Steve. I get nervous. When I'm watching Steve, it makes me nervous in the regular sense of like, oh yeah, something could happen here and that would suck. But I know what he's capable of, and I know that he's not doing it out of like okay, I hope that this works. He's doing it because he knows in his mind it's going to work, and if it doesn't, it's because of some weird factor that happened out of his control. So I know that comforts me, and so but I've definitely had that feeling where I'm watching somebody else and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want them to go and do this feature. Like when other people go and ride Steve's features, then I'm like, oh my god, can he do this? I don't know if he can do this. I don't know his skill set, and so it kind of freaks me out to watch other people do it, and that really makes me like, whoa. But yeah, Steve, it doesn't get to me.
And so my question is like, how do you feel about asking one more? And this makes me remember something that I learned about your Dirt Diaries project, that you had a kind of a stand-in, I guess you would call it. Our friend Eric was like the guy who would help you do all the stunts first and get the focus so you get your framing so you wouldn't blow it when you had Steve go and do it,
Yeah, Eric Hartley
brilliant.
for the win. Yeah, he came along. He was a beauty. He just wanted to come along for fun and just like help us out and ride some stuff. And he came in clutch because I got to practice all my shots on him. Like he came for Kamloops, Whistler, and a bit of Squamish. No, just Whistler and Kamloops. And it was like, yeah, huge, because a lot of those features I was like, I mean, for the really high consequence ones, I will not try anything fancy because I know that I'd rather just get the shot and make sure that it's like, framed up nicely and whatever. I don't try and get fancy with focus and like tight pulls, because if I F it up, then he has to do it again and it's not worth it. And sometimes it won't even show properly. So yeah, on the really, really big high consequence ones, I will just shoot it from a wider angle or whatever, make sure that I have like a static and whatever. And then if he wants to go do it again, then I'll go in with a tight shot or something like that. But yeah, for a lot of the stuff, I got to practice with Eric, and it was a big joke during Kamloops because Eric would do it and I would have less pressure on him. So then I would like, practice a track or something like that. And so he would do it and I'm like, okay, that looked really good. Okay, I'm going to do that with Steve. And then I'd kind of get in my head about it and I'm like, maybe I should do something a little bit different. Oh, maybe I should keep it static or whatever. And then I'd do something different. And then it turns out Eric actually ended up getting the better shot. So yeah, it was quite funny. So I mean, Eric's video actually, I'm currently editing.
He got a
full edit
himself out of this.
Yeah.
He's like the unsung hero of this.
Yeah,
it reminds me of like the clips of like the Olympic sprinters like running down the track, and then you look over and the cameraman's running faster.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's gonna be it. So yeah, I'm actually just put together his video, and I'm just trying to clip it all together perfectly. But he's gonna have a very similar edit to Steve's come out shortly.
Did he hit everything?
No, not everything, but he hit everything except for, I don't know, maybe like one or two things, I'm thinking, in Kamloops and Whistler. Maybe he hit everything. But then he wasn't there with us on the other stuff. So yeah, he only has a little bit of the locations in there, but he's a really good rider. So it was good to have him on there, and like good for Steve to have him too, because like when it's just Steve and I have to get him to go and ride this like crazy feature and it's just the two of us, he has no like hype man. He has no one to like bounce ideas off of or like, get in the zone with, or be like, oh, should I hit this like a little bit to the left or whatever? And like, what's the braking control and whatever. So I'm like, I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm over here trying to figure out my shit. So to have another guy there I think we're going to do that on all of our edits now.
It's clever. I don't think I'd ever thought of it. I was like, this is a great
it's genius.
idea.
Like things went way, way smoother with Eric there because it was like Steve had someone else to vibe with other than me. And then like, cause when he tries to get it off of me and I'm not giving him anything, then we kind of start working against one another. I'm like, I don't know what you're supposed to be doing. And then he tries to give me tips on what I'm doing. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, let me do my job. You do your job. And we kind of work against it, but it's good. It's nice to have two riders as skilled as Steve on set. Yes, it is, honestly. And it was sweet because we got to see like stuff Eric has never hit before. And he's like either like seen it and wanted to hit it, or just like has never seen it before in his life. And he was like, oh my God, like I could probably do that too. And so then it was like, we're getting excited for him to hit this stuff. So it like just boosted everybody. And then he would hit it. We're all stoked. And then Steve would go in way more stoked to go hit the feature. So it ended up working out perfectly.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was good. Yeah.
Speak pipes? I mean, I got more questions.
You read my
I could-
dang mind.
All right, let's get into
I
it.
got it. I got it open.
Okay.
What is this?
This
Speak
one.
pipes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should explain it.
Yeah.
It's a voicemail service that we have where our listeners can call in and leave a voice message
Oh, okay.
for us to listen to live on air.
At
Okay.
speakpipe.com/feeding off each other.
Feeding.
All you do is
Alright.
you click one button, type your name in, try it as many times as you want, and send it to us.
Good
All
to
right,
know.
coming in hot from Graham.
Hey fellas, how's it going? My name's Graham. I'm from Saskatchewan. I love the pod. It's great. Had a couple things I wanted to address. First off, last episode you guys were talking about what to call your listeners. Like, did you guys ever think of calling them feeders? I feel like that's an obvious one. I don't know. I guess you guys committed to each other, so
Pretty
whatever.
committed.
In that case, I'm in the camp that thinks that it should be spelled with a U, because it's not a real word, so it doesn't really matter anyway.
Wrong.
Might as well have
I
people
agree.
pronounce it right.
Oh,
In my opinion, another thing, I don't know if it was like a year
It's on a
ago
long drive.
or so, you guys
Saskatchewan.
were interviewing a pirate, and he was
Julian.
talking about how much he hates Saskatchewan.
Fuel EXE.
Just so he knows, we have a bike trail now, so he can suck it. And the guy on the last episode who doesn't want his kid to ride his e-bike anymore, just keep that puppy at like 20%. So when your kid takes it, he runs out of battery. It's double the workout on his way back. So that's my advice. Yeah, and since I'm in Saskatchewan, obviously I'm a farmer. Just wondering what you guys think I should do for a crop rotation this year.
Crop rotation.
I know about crop dusting, but
More
Okay,
of a
so
crop
Kelsey,
dust.
if you read that, what is phonetically, what does it look like?
Well, I know phonetically. What does it look
Yeah,
like?
like what?
Chothers?
Does it really? Or does it look like chothers to you?
it's an either or either situation. I think.
Chothers. I would
I
say
see chothers.
I say chothers.
It looks like chothers or chothers. I might.
speak Italian.
Well, brothers, bruh is an O, but we say it
That's
Yeah.
true.
Great point.
That is
Great
a good
point.
point.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Could be
man.
anything.
Our new favorite guest.
I did see the U recently, and I actually typed in the U on one of our Instagram stories.
Chothers?
And I was like, this feels
Chothers.
right. I'm just going to go.
Choothers? I don't think so.
I don't like it. Choo choo choothers.
Choo choo choothers?
It's from our name.
All
It's
right.
already written.
What about feeders?
Feeders.
Oh,
I
God, I
mean,
hate
it's
that.
not bad.
I don't love feeders.
It sounds
It
really
reminds
gross.
me of like pinkers, like those little mole rats that they give to snakes. Little feeders.
I think when we
God.
first discussed this, like so many episodes ago, we
like
said
episode-
bottom feeders would be one of our options.
That's a good one.
I don't need to know what you do in your personal life.
Bottom feeders.
Wait, Kelsey, do you know about crop rotations?
Yeah.
Is
Do you know
this
about
like
prairies?
a choice of vegetable that you're going to grow each year or what?
Yeah.
Not necessarily a vegetable.
Or like a grain or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or a smokable drug, perhaps.
Yes. He didn't say what type of farmer he was.
Heroin.
No, is that a bush or a tree?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He should do corn and wheat.
Wheat.
You were looking at your computer when you said that. Did you Google it?
No.
okay.
What would it take for me
Good crop
to,
rotations.
Yeah.
2023.
Hey, ChatGPT, suggest me a good crop
I
rotation.
mean, if he crushes the corn, he can call himself a corn star, you know? Like,
That's what he Googled.
I remember the Simpsons episodes where Homer, they grow tobacco and tomatoes together, and they call them like tamaki or something like that. And
Tobacco, I think.
Tobacco, yeah, and they eat a tomato and they get the nicotine rush
Oh
from
my
it,
God.
and
What
it's like brown inside.
Was that in Shelbyville?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Wait, what was his other, did he have another question? He said like 100 things.
no, he gave
just
advice to
vibing.
the guy
Right. Chuthers.
and the e-bike guy. He gave advice.
Yeah. So
to.
last week,
Yeah.
or a few weeks ago.
This is a month
ago.
Someone called in and said, my son wants to ride the e-bike that I have all the time. And I don't know if I'm just kind of, breeding a lazy kid or whether I should allow him. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dave said the kid should take up smoking. Buy
To
cigarettes.
counteract.
God. I don't know. Does the kid bike already? Does he?
Yeah.
I have lots
Yeah.
of questions behind this.
Yeah.
So he bikes already. He just wants an e-bike. So, I mean, like, it's not, I don't think it's going to breed a lazy kid. And if anything, he's just going to get out more.
Like I just saw on Paint Bike like a couple weeks ago that there's these new e-bikes that are like insane. They're meant for like 4-year-old kids. And it's totally split. People are like, kids do not need this heavy bike and a
Yeah.
powerful motor. Jeez, I need some Tamaki. But at the same time, I don't know. If you had a pretty talented 4-year-old kid who is capable of riding that bike and controlling it, which is probably a lot out there now,
Yeah.
man, you can go so far with that.
Yeah. And e-bikes aren't going away. So he's just going to have a new skill set that
Yeah.
lots of other people aren't going to have.
We actually have another former question that I think would be good to get Kelsey to chime in on. We got a different speak pipe. It was about a guy. He would ride with his buddies.
Oh, this is a good one.
But
Very
it
good.
turned out that a lot of his buddies, like the male friends, were busy or whatever, and he had to ride with a group of girls, and his significant other didn't really like it.
So
okay,
he's on the
she
ride.
wasn't on the ride with
She
him.
was not
No,
on the
she
ride.
doesn't
On the
ride.
But a mixed group, men and women,
Yeah.
and then the men bail, and now he's just there with the women.
Oh.
And it seems to be a reoccurring problem.
Yeah. And so the
Oh.
girlfriend is jealous.
Yeah, there's some jealousy issues there for sure.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to.
What do you think about that phenomenon? What would
Of
be your
just, like,
opinion? What would be your advice for this guy
of
and what he
people
should
in
do?
jealous relationships?
Well, just like, how does he approach,
Yeah, I mean, have you
Yeah.
ever been insecure about Steve going on a ride with a group of ladies, perhaps?
Never on a ride. No, that's that doesn't bother
He's too
me.
far ahead.
He's too no. It comes with being secure in your relationship. That's all it comes down to. Is like,
That's exactly what I said.
yeah, if you are if there's something going on in your relationship that makes you feel like you should be like, maybe this guy shouldn't be around a group of girls, then that guy is probably not making you feel secure. So I don't know, it's a bit of both. Yeah, she could probably be overjealous, and yeah, maybe he could be doing things that's making her feel a little unsteady. So she could be completely valid in her reasons, but also, who knows, maybe she could just be a jealous bitch.
Jerry.
Yeah.
That escalated quickly.
Well
Okay.
said.
Yeah, that's really well said.
We got another pipe. This one's
Yeah.
from.
What do you think of the speak pipes?
I like it.
Good,
Takes
good.
the pressure off me. Talking about
Hello,
life.
gentlemen. It's Dave from
woman.
Cleveland, Ohio, checking in. First time actually logging into YouTube to watch an episode,
Don't need to log in.
and usually listen while I'm driving to lacrosse tournaments with my daughter. But I realized it's actually speak pipe and not speed pipe. I know the Canadian thing up there, although Ohio just passed recreational, but that's another story. Also noticed that, the quality of the merchandise online is the channel being QVC when you log in on YouTube. It's pretty cool. I have to get some, but shipping will probably kill me. But
What do you say?
The
long
fuck
time
is
listener,
happening?
just speak piping for the first time. Just had some questions about like when you guys do videos.
Big
Do
setup.
you do any repetitive tags or anything
Oh,
to get your videos in the algorithm? Obviously, Mahalo, my dude,
God.
and IFTH are all good stuff. You guys got a fellow base, but for
messed
us
up the
little guys
acronym.
out there, just anything that you suggest besides basically just clickbaiting stuff. But yeah, thanks. Love the podcast, love the show, love the videos. Keep it up. If you ever get a chance, there is a little mountain biking here in Ohio. Some quality people that race. So also enjoy the gravel biking videos. Have a good day.
Thanks, Dave.
His little sign off.
that was
That was
Dave.
very nice.
That was me, actually.
Oh, you're Ohio.
Calling in
Alter
from
ego.
Ohio.
What was it? What tags do we use?
Wait,
Yeah,
wait. Can we go back?
hashtag?
What was the QVC comment?
I think
Merch?
he was talking about how our merch store presents well. That's how because QVC is all very like, whatever. good,
Clean and like
clean and market. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Never been on QVC
What is
website.
QVC?
QVC
It's like
is
our shopping channel.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Channel 17.
Yes. All coming back to me.
Mm-hmm. That was where I got my first family computer. I think my parents bought a
No way.
computer off the shopping channel. 32 gigabytes.
sick.
Yeah.
Oh my God, love it.
Mhm.
So he's saying your site's good. and
Thank you.
great, but shipping is going to be a problem for him.
Well.
But then also hashtags. He got into hashtags?
Yeah. Kelsey, you want to take this one?
I was actually wondering if hashtags were still a thing, because I was with someone I can't remember, and I was like, oh, I don't know how it came up, but she didn't put any hashtags in her Instagram post, and I was like, oh, nothing in there, hey? And then I was like, oh God, maybe hashtags are gone. Like maybe I'm just like the old school
Hashtag loser.
Are you still hashtagging, bro? And so, yeah, I was like, now I do Instagram posts and I'm like, do I hashtag or do I not?
I mean, it's just categorization. It's just a form of categorization. I feel like you use it if you want to use it, you don't. But I don't think I think people think there's going to be these secret tickets to virality. And they're going to, if I use these hashtags, boom, right? I don't know. Maybe you get some like extra bot activity if you use some
that's
certain...
what my thing was. It's like, is it, well, I think, people are using them for that.
But like sometimes I look at hashtag, I only ride park. Hashtag for the girls.
And
I don't know.
that was going to be my next
self-serving.
question is, do you actually go in and look up hashtags?
Sure. I mean, you never know what, maybe you're doing research for a video project and you're like, I need some inspiration. So you look up hashtag,
find it.
Crops.
Crop rotation.
Crop rotation.
Crop testing.
Hashtag crop tops.
Yeah. So you see, you see
yeah.
a little inspiration. So, hey,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
get
I
in there,
agree
get
with
in the
that.
hashtag,
Yeah,
get in
fine.
the algorithm. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah, I guess I don't utilize Instagram as much.
Also on YouTube, you can use hashtags to categorize your own content, you know,
Your what?
your own content.
Oh, you said on.
Your
Sorry.
on content.
Sorry.
He's stuck
As
with
if we're supposed
Are
to
you
be
on-
on.
Does anybody have Tamaki?
Are you on some sort of content that we don't know about?
I'm on content.
I'm on.
So
My
like,
God, hashtags.
roasted. Yeah,
Riveting content.
Oh,
I
God.
think hashtags are fucking. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't
Live
do
your
them
life.
anywhere. I
Yeah.
just,
You know?
I couldn't, honestly, I can barely even put a caption on my
Ugh.
post. If you go, I don't know, sometimes I look at my Instagram and I have only posted like 2 things in a year. I've like done a ton of projects. I'm a big story person. It's very easy to put out a story. It's very pressure filled to put out an actual
Yeah,
post.
you're publishing that baby.
Yeah, it's on there.
Just make good stuff and people will find it. You can just be like, "Oh, turtle farts are funny," and
Turtle farts.
like that's your
Turtle farts.
that's your caption, and your video could be about anything.
There we go. Okay,
I remember when hashtags first became a thing. I remember watching Jimmy Fallon, late night Jimmy Fallon, like every day, and he did some bit. I don't know, but he would always go like hashtag with his fingers, his
Yes,
2
I
fingers.
remember watching that too.
Hashtag. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
So what's the lifespan of hashtags? Only like a decade. Now it's dead. You're saying?
I think it has its function, but like
Not needed.
Don't really worry about it. Like just make the stuff.
Yeah, I don't think they're as needed as they used to be.
Yeah.
Because it used to be like hashtag a million things.
Mhm.
You
But
know,
sometimes
people
you
would just go
see
down.
successful posts and they do have a million hashtags, and then like I just looked up a successful Instagram post we had no hashtags in it.
There you
So
go.
it's like friggin'
I don't know.
who knows?
Who knows?
All right, we got one more.
Mm.
This one's from
Hashtag one more.
This one's from hashtag Bliss Index.
Oh, it is a hashtag.
Just ate the microphone.
Disguise
Oh,
for
whoops.
this speak pipe because I don't want to.
God.
Hey guys, I gotta be under disguise for this speak pipe because I don't want to disclose my real name to all 50 people that listen to this podcast.
Hey,
But
fuck you.
Hey.
you can
that's
find me
not
on
true.
pinkbike.com. I'm user Bliss Index. Anyways, I just wanted to make a comment here on killing this or that. I know you guys are just too freaking lazy to do all the research it requires to ask those questions.
What a
But I think you
douche.
should keep it in. I think it's worth the effort because it's a really enjoyable.
Roasting you.
It's a really enjoyable process to hear both the questions that you guys ask because I think there's really a lot of creativity on that end of it. But then also hearing the talent and the guest response. So just wanted to toss that out there. Love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. You suck. Bye.
You said you suck. Goodbye. What a
I think
performance.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
Wait, this
tonight.
reminds me.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
He was
I'm-
saying we have 50 fans. We just got our Spotify Wrapped results,
Ooh.
and we have 100 million fans. No. We were all very pleasantly surprised with the amount of people who we have now become their #1 podcast.
No way.
And also, there's like even more people that were their #5 podcast.
Hey.
It actually gave us all a
little boost.
Yeah, a little boost.
Oh
and,
my God.
lit a fire under our ass, and we want to keep on going. So thanks to the Chuthers out there
Nice.
who listen to us every week. We love you.
Taylor Swift too.
She doesn't even have a podcast.
Basically becoming the new Taylor Swift.
Basically. It's a long road,
Hey,
but
she's
we'll
on
get there.
Spotify. Okay.
Yeah, true. It's like us, Drake, Taylor Swift,
Beyonce. Yeah.
He did mention this or that.
Yeah.
We do.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, what was the point of that? He just wanted to say nothing good about.
Yeah, he's trying to say he's a big fan. He's one of those 50 listeners. He loves this or that. We should bring it back. He's calling us lazy. It wasn't that we're lazy. Actually, very much the opposite. It's more that we felt like the this or that was not the best podcasting kind of game, because it's all about talking, right? And the way that we do it, we'd say, for example, like, cookies or chips, and then we had this pressure on people where they just go through this list as quick as they can, because we had the music, the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music, so they just go chips, and then they wouldn't elaborate. But that's good. The elaboration is kind of the interesting thing. We want to hear why people chose one thing or the other. And so what was his name?
Bliss Index.
And
Bliss Index.
Bliss Index?
Blister Dex.
Blister Dex. And so to Blister Dick, guess what? Let's play this or that.
Are you going to play the music?
Oh, we're going to say it.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
It's that time again, folks. Time to play this or that. The game where you choose between two radically different options. Either this or that. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Photo shoot or video shoot?
Wait, is she elaborating? Because we're never even...
She can.
Okay,
She
you
doesn't
can
have
if you
to.
feel
Okay, I
like it.
can. Okay.
But also you're timed.
As of right now, I would say photo shoot because it's just fast, it's fun. You don't have to spend a lot of time setting up.
You're sending mixed messages. The North Shore of Hawaii or the North Shore of Vancouver?
North Shore of Hawaii.
Snowboarding or mountain biking?
Snowboarding.
Big cliff jump or riding a steep chute?
A couple years ago, cliff jump. Now, mountain biking.
Oh, that said a Steve chute. Sorry.
A Steve shoot?
No,
Cliff
just
jump.
kidding.
Cliff jump. Cliff jump.
Filming in the desert or filming in the forest?
Forest.
Tripod or gimbal?
Gimbal.
Wide angle or telephoto?
Photo, telephoto, filming, wide angle.
Interior shots or exterior shots?
Interior.
Spontaneous shoots or planned productions?
Spontaneous.
Nice. Technical descents or grueling climbs?
Technical descent.
Shuttle runs or earning your turns?
Shuttle all day.
Flat pedals or clipless?
Flat pedals.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Solo explorations or group rides?
Group rides.
Stanley Park Seawall or the Grouse Grind?
Stanley Park Seawall.
Canucks game or Granville Island Market?
Canucks game.
Go OTB on a bike or catch an edge snowboarding?
Edge snowboarding.
I feel like that's easy.
Yeah.
Lucky Lager or Pacific Pilsner?
Let me guess.
Lager.
Waterfront properties or mountain views?
Mountain views.
English Bay or Wreck Beach? You will be judged on your answer here.
Oh God, I've never been to Wreck Beach.
Yeah, right.
I know, it's one place I've never been. So yeah, I
By
don't know.
default.
English Bay.
Timmy Hoes or Starbies?
Timmy's.
Ketchup chips or all dressed chips? Like the beginning of a Jason AI clip.
All dressed.
Cottage in the woods or cabin by the lake?
Cabin by the lake.
Butter tarts or Nanaimo bars?
Nanaimo bars.
Toque or beanie?
Toque.
Seymour or From?
Seymour.
Winner or
No,
Cypress?
Seymour or Cypress.
I knew that would happen.
So stupid.
Oh, fuck. Wait, she said Seymour, right?
You don't even remember.
Yeah.
Are you even listening?
Seymour or Cypress? I'm focused on the words.
Oh, Cypress.
I thought it said winter at first.
Jesus Christ.
Selling a video or selling a print?
Selling
Getting
print.
paid for a
Yeah,
video
what?
or selling a big print from your website?
I like of Steve.
Oh, video.
Win Dirt Diaries or wins Deep Summer?
Dirt Diaries.
And finally, Loam or Pow?
Pow.
And Pow, we are done.
Wow. Nice.
Okay, now do it again, but elaborate on each one for 1 minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go through. 1 minute.
Well, toque is the Canadian term.
I just don't know what a beanie is.
I like how Pow was written in all caps, which stands for prisoner of war.
Oh, God.
Or protect our winters.
I was going to say, that's what I was
Little
going
bit
after.
more important there.
right.
Oh,
Well.
God. Yeah. No, can you tell I want to be on my snowboard instead of my bike right
Yeah, definitely.
now? Yeah. Yikes.
Do you get a pass for any of the local mountains?
Yeah, I normally get a grouse pass.
Grouse.
Yes.
Why?
I like the short runs, and because I grew up on grouse, so I know like all the
okay.
trees, all the fun little whatevers. I know if I'm
Grouse.
going to end up in a ditch or end up at the bottom of the trail.
My
So
most
it's good.
memorable day of skiing is at Grouse on the 24-hour day, where you can go all day long and in the
Oh,
night.
yeah, I
And I was with
forgot
my
about
friends at like
those.
3 a.m. on this fresh track.
Yes.
Amazing.
Oh,
Snowing.
yeah.
Magical.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve used to have to work those because he worked ski patrol up there. So that's why we'd spend a lot of time up there. But yeah, no, I like grouse. It's just easy to get to. It's just like fast, whatever. I was telling the story to someone else that I would go in between my like 3.5 hour breaks when I went to CapU. I would just bring my snowboard gear to class, and then I would just rip over to grouse, do a couple laps, come back, and make it for my afternoon class. It's that
Jesus.
easy.
Nice.
How could you not?
Cap you film?
No.
Oh, okay.
Tourism management and outdoor rec.
Classic cap program.
Classic. It was the last resort. The one I saw that I was like, I'll go do this.
Oh, hell
I took 2 years
no.
at cap of general stuff.
I did 1 year of that. Ended up in the tourism program.
What is it literally called? General stuff?
Yeah.
Well, just the way she said, I did that too.
Oh, yeah. All
Yeah,
the
general stuff 101.
Yeah, life skills.
He's actually in the military.
Hashtag general
Oh
stuff.
my God.
Oh, God, that was quick.
It's like the shittier Captain Crunch. It's like general stuff.
General
It's just it's like fucking don't worry what's in it. Don't even read the
It's fine.
ingredients.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's like
Oh,
whatever
God.
loose bits they had lying around. General Mills.
Oh, God. Yeah.
We never even touched on any of the of your real estate stuff.
General stuff.
General,
general
real
stuff.
estate stuff.
Yes.
You're shooting in a lot of nice homes.
Yes. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Do you ever get to stay in the homes? Do you?
No, but I do sometimes, like if I'm waiting for like a sunset shot and the owners are there, then we'll just like sit and drink wine on their nice patio or like infinity pool of like $40 million.
Yeah, because these are very
Jesus.
nice homes that you're photographing.
Yes. Yeah, no, they're crazy. It's very cool. It's gotten me to the point where I'm like now snobby over like $40 million places. I'll walk in and I'm like, the realtor's like, yeah, we're selling this one for like, 40 mil or whatever. And I'm like,
Ew.
I don't know. It seems kind of spacey. It's kind of not my vibe. But then also with all of the really expensive places, I also see the complete opposite of all the other ones that I should just make an Instagram of that, to be honest. I think that would probably be way more popular because there's some heinous places out there that get listed.
Yeah, that would
Oh,
be
yeah.
great.
Shitty homes.
I really should.
That would be a great theme page.
Oh, there has been a couple of them where like I wouldn't actually have been shocked if I saw a dead body. Like just going through some doors, like, there's like hoarder situations and there's just people who just like literally do not know what clean is.
geez.
And so it's like, yeah, you want to have like a respirator on and booties when you're walking through some of these places.
Oh my
It's
god.
like millennial homebuyer.
So that's what, like 4 mil, 5 mil?
Well,
in
13.
this city?
Yeah.
Wow. So you really are just showing the highlights then. I didn't even.
It is
I
the
never even
highlight
occurred to
reel.
me. I was
I
like, this
know.
is great. She just goes the.
I know. Yeah, no,
The
we're
mansions.
all the same. Everyone you follow, it's all the same.
Wait,
But
so
yeah.
the hoarder places you're going to, you're showing up to
Yeah.
photograph it for a listing?
Yeah.
And they're like,
No, they're
yeah,
murder investigations.
Yeah.
You have to photograph
pretty
the
much.
body.
They just want evidence.
oh,
Shock
this,
outlines.
Yeah, this outline of this body is it's an artistic
we
flair.
Just need proof.
And the cops are just pretending they're real estate agents. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was just our son playing with chalk the other day. No, normally it's like a tenanted situation. So like the owner's wanting to sell the place, but then they can't get the tenant to clean up or they're wanting to kick them out or whatever. But
Tricky.
but no, there are some times where I walk in and I'm like, oh my God, this place must be tenanted. And they're like, no, this is the owner's place and this is how they kept it. And we told them to clean up and they did. And I'm like, okay, this is not like there's a I'd like if there was a poo on the floor, I wouldn't have. I
Like
would have
from The
missed it.
Simpsons?
Yeah, it just blends right on in.
Well, speaking of
That
which,
might have been the funniest thing you've ever said.
thank you, and come again.
Oh God.
Fuck, let's end it there.
Yeah,
That was glorious.
jeez.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, anything else you want to say to the people out there in Chotherland?
Keep those 2024 crops fresh. No, that's it.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
no.
maybe when you get home over the holidays, you and Steve could leave us. Sorry. Gee, everybody
Welcome to
laughed.
stroking off each other.
What? That's.
Bottom feeder, cuddle puddle.
I like you're having a stroke.
I was going to say, leave us a voicemail over the holidays or something.
Oh God.
You gotta have a bell jingling in the background so we know what time of year it is.
Yeah.
Listen, if
I'll
you
have my
actually
cat call
get
in.
together with Steve and leave us a speak pipe, you'll be the 2% of guests that I have asked and actually followed through with the question.
How many have
with
ever
Okay.
done it? One?
the- Gully did it once.
Oh,
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's the only.
I think that might
That's
be
it.
it.
Shout out
No,
to
someone
Gully.
else did. I think, didn't Brian leave one? Brian
Oh, yeah,
Park?
he was with his kid.
Yeah.
Brian
His
Park.
kid left the message, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe.
see, I would probably get my kid to leave a message versus me. Not that I have a kid, but
Yeah, I was gonna think what you
but if I had a kid,
How about a cat? Leave a cat.
I was
mail,
gonna,
cat.
okay. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll have my cat call in. Ruby.
Oh, jeez.
Oh God.
All right.
End this now.
Thanks for listening. Leave us a review. The last time I read a review, it said it was on our Craig's Adams episode. It said, love Craig Adams, cool guy. Can't say the same about the guests, and the soundboard was totally unnecessary.
Can't say the same. Oh, the host,
Us.
Yeah.
That's us.
not the guest.
So didn't,
Oh, sorry. Can't say the same about the
Host.
hosts.
Didn't like you guys. Like
So,
the
but like
guests.
4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, I'm not
And
sure.
soundboard
But
should be-
so leave us a review, only if it's good.
And as always,
Are you metaphorically full? Are you metaphorically full?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't ask that last time. Damn it.
Thank you for listening to Feeding Off Each Other. Please subscribe for more great podcasts.